These are the photos of Qatar Airways economy toilets. That's according to this customer who flew from Qatar to Erbil, Iraq. But this other customer said their toilets are always clean and he has had an amazing experience. Who among these two people is lying? Let's find out. So, we are at an international airport, and one of the first issues some customers face is when checking in and boarding. A perfect example is this passenger that alleges Qatar Airways staff unfairly delayed and questioned him about money during boarding checks, leading him to believe the staff were corrupt and causing him to vow never to fly with the airline again. If you have any bad experience with Qatar Airways, I would like to say I'm sorry that has happened to you, but this is what a normal boarding should look like. Here's a video of a passenger boarding a Qatar Airways economy plane.
How are you, Miss Ella? 26A straight. It's up
And finally we're in. I think everyone was super nice and super chill. Especially when they saw that I'm recording. I think they were just saying good morning and all that stuff. But it was super nice. And then as we entered, there was like the famous Qatar Airways soundtrack for takeoff, which was super relaxing.
Boarding usually takes 30 to 60 minutes before departure, and the actual boarding process usually takes 20 to 45 minutes. But note that the boarding gate, they usually close the gate 15 minutes or 20 minutes before departure. So make sure you're always on time to board the plane to avoid missing the flight, unless there are some sort of delays. So anything apart from this, know that this is not following standard protocol and you have every right to be angry. So, and in some cases, some people might leave a negative review. I'm not saying that this does not actually happen. This happens all the time, delays happen all the time, and negative reviews is expected if you are not getting what you expect. What happens when you enter the plane? How good are the seats? Some people are saying that the seats are too small, they are not adjustable, and the leg room is just too little. So even someone even complained that there is soft piece in his chair, which I found to be absurd and weird. So I've taken a video of what a standard seat in a Qatar economy should look like. Take a look.
Got a bunch of different goodies like headphones, we got a blanket, a pillow, and whatever's in this mysterious green bag. For the seat itself, I do appreciate the headrest, how it's flexible, but the seat doesn't feel super sturdy. It's mainly just a little bit of foam and then it's just a hard plastic seat. It doesn't feel permanent like other plane seats, but hopefully my back won't hurt for sitting for 13 plus. And we also got this refreshing towel that we'll try later. Here's a much clearer view of the seat and legroom now that the seat in front of me is no longer reclined.
So in every economy flight, you're supposed to get a towel, a pillow, some toothbrush, and some other little things which can vary from flight to flight. But note that your seat is supposed to be adjustable. It's supposed to have some legroom. I don't believe that you should have no legroom at all. Although I think the legroom should be wider in my own experience, but I've seen worse and I've seen better. So if you have any complaints, you see something on your chair like paste or gum or anything that you think should not be there, you should talk to the flight attendants. You should do something about it because you paid money and you deserve the experience for your money. So up next is the food. Which kind of food are you giving in an economy flight using Qatar Airways? So this is another video. Take a look.
Lunch came about 2 hours into the flight and I'd picked the low-fat meal on the app by accident. The meal came with this scone-looking bread, some sauteed veggies, fruit salad, and the main dish was steamed rice and chicken breasts. I explained what happened and pleaded with the flight attendant to change my meal, and luckily she was able to change the meal due to extras on the plane, and I got the pasta with shredded beef and this soft bread. I'm super grateful and super thankful that she was able to change my food. This was so much better. I didn't get her name, but bless her. And about an hour before we landed in Doha, they handed out the snack boxes and it was filled with this chicken pastry, and it was really hot and it was really nice and yummy.
So Lagos to Doha, I think is a 7 hours flight, and you have been given food like 2 times. That's like 3.5 hours. Each after every 3.5 hours, you'll be given some food, which I think it's not. I think I will not call it bad, but it's very good. I think you eating after every 3 hours is a good thing. So the food looks really good. On what I'm saying, it's really good. It's above average for sure. So as you can see, this lady they even gave her a new food different from the one she requested, which is very good from the flight hostess. And I think the way you approach this flight attendants usually reflects how they are going to treat you. Although naturally some people are naturally good and some of the flight attendants might be racist, but it's not nearly the case in all scenarios. So this video is about to end. Let's not forget what I talked about in the beginning of this video. How good are the toilets? Let's take a look at the footage taken by a passenger in Qatar Airways. So unfortunately, I couldn't pay for a flight to go myself on an economy Qatar Airways trip. So, but you gotta use what you have until what you have can get you what you want. So I use real life footages from customers. So hope this video helps, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for watching.